For much of the late 1980s and 1990s, Bruce Willis was one of Hollywood's most bankable and recognizable stars.
I don't need one.
Hey, you forgetting who sat next to you for 1,000 missions? I know how you drive.
Finger. I drive a cab now. Not a space fighter.
The smirk, the swagger, the bare feet in a skyscraper. Willis brought sardonic charm to the action genre and a touch of everyman vulnerability that helped redefine the modern blockbuster hero.
Now! I'm a cop. What happened?
She assaulted me. They're lying. She murdered someone.
This guy's a cop. He's not going to shoot another cop.
But behind the wisecracks and the explosive set pieces, there was, for many in the industry, a more complicated narrative unfolding. As much as he was a star, Bruce Willis was also, by numerous accounts, a difficult man to work with. The roots of Willis's reputation for being combative or aloof stretch back to his earliest days in film. After finding fame on the television series Moonlighting,
that's what I do.
You would, wouldn't you? I can't believe this. I can't believe you're taking their side against me.
His big screen breakthrough came in Blake Edwards' film Blind Date.
Oh! Oh! Oh!
Walter, no!
Shut up!
Walter, I am not worth it.
Shut up! Dad!
What?
That was quickly followed by Die Hard. Which not only made him a movie star, but changed the rules of the genre. Suddenly, action heroes could be flawed, funny, and prone to self-doubt. But with fame came ego, and with ego, friction. James Garner, the seasoned actor who shared top billing with Willis in the Western comedy Sunset, was one of the first to go on record with his grievances. Willis is high school, Garner told TV Guide. He's not that serious about his work. He thinks he's so clever he can just walk through it, make up dialogue and stuff. I don't think you work that way. By the early 90s, such sentiments had become more commonplace among Willis's collaborators. In Julie Salamon's The Devil's Candy, which chronicled the ill-fated production of Brian De Palma's The Bonfire of the Vanities, the actor is portrayed as a disruptive presence on set.
Ah, Mr.
Hi,
Fowler.
Mr.
I'll take that
Fowler.
for you.
Welcome. Oh,
Yes,
please.
Step right out here.
This way. Hi. So nice
Yes,
to
it
see
is.
you. I'm Mr. Fowler.
Salomon writes that Willis was viewed by many on the crew as arrogant and unapproachable. The director clashed with him repeatedly, with one production member quoted as saying he wasn't a team player, he thought he was the whole team. One of the most well-documented breakdowns occurred on the set of Striking Distance.
Oh, man! Non, pas aujourd'hui! Non! Allez, on y va. Peut-être échapper à cette...
A film that now serves as a case study in Hollywood dysfunction. Willis, who played a Pittsburgh cop haunted by his father's murder, was reportedly responsible for several delays and rewrites. He wielded significant creative control, often undermining director Rowdy Herrington. It was a difficult shoot, one crew member told Entertainment Weekly. People started calling him Orson Willis behind his back. Another such calamity was Broadway Brawler, a romantic comedy set in the world of minor league hockey. Willis was not just the star, he was the producer. That dual role led to a catastrophic collapse. After only 20 days of filming, Willis reportedly fired the director, the cinematographer, and several other key figures, forcing the project to shut down entirely. According to industry insiders, the debacle was so costly that Willis had to strike a deal with Disney, agreeing to appear in 3 films for reduced fees to cover the financial fallout. Even in his more commercially successful ventures, tensions were never far from the surface. On the action film The Last Boy Scout,
Scared? Shitless. You? More or less. Hey, Milo.
Willis and co-star Damon Wayans reportedly could not stand each other. Wayans, known for his comedic instincts, was said to have found Willis's on-set behavior dismissive and condescending. Assistant director James Scotchtopole later remarked that the set was a charged environment, rife with testosterone and ego. Still, perhaps no account captures the contradictions of working with Willis more acutely than that of director Kevin Smith, who helmed the action comedy Cop Out.
Cock craving disorder. It's where they crave the cock. Any cock, every cock. She's probably in the middle of a DP right now.
In interviews following the film's release, Smith described the experience as soul-crushing. According to Smith, Willis refused to participate in promotional photo shoots, offered minimal cooperation on set, and rarely engaged with either the director or his co-stars. "I love making movies," Smith said in a podcast, "but working with Bruce Willis was a nightmare." Yet even Smith, long one of Willis's most vocal detractors, later softened his stance after the actor's health issues became public. In 2022, Willis's family announced that he had been diagnosed with aphasia, a condition affecting his cognitive abilities. Smith took to social media to express his regret. "Long before any of the stories came out about his health, Bruce was a hero to me," he wrote. "I regret my petty complaints from a decade ago." Such revelations have led to a broader reconsideration of Willis's latter-day filmography, particularly his roles in a string of low-budget, direct-to-video action films. In hindsight, what appeared to be a once-great actor slumming it for paychecks may have been something more poignant, a man battling a progressive illness while trying to work through it. Filmmaker Jesse V. Johnson, who directed Willis in White Elephant, noticed something was amiss from the outset.
What is going on?
I'm done, man.
I'm tendering my resignation, sir.
You quit when I say you quit.
Now where's the girl?
Johnson had worked with Willis years earlier as a stuntman and knew him to be sharp, energetic, and intense. But on White Elephant, Willis seemed lost. "It was clear that he was not the Bruce I remembered," Johnson said. "He was confused. He needed lines fed to him. It was uncomfortable to watch." Mike Burns, who directed Willis in Out of Death and The Wrong Place, had a similar experience. After filming Out of Death,
Throw your gun as far as you can. Throw it!
Hey, I'm not sure how your eyesight is, pal.
Burns drastically reduced Willis's screen time in the script for The Wrong Place.
Don't move.
Who the fuck are you? You ain't no pig.
Whittling it down to fit into a single day of shooting. "I could see it firsthand and realized that there was a bigger issue at play here," Burns said in an interview. "By the second film, I was sure of it." The emergence of these accounts has prompted a reassessment not just of Willis's legacy, but of the Hollywood ecosystem that continued to employ him even as his faculties diminished. According to the Los Angeles Times, producers working on several of these later films were aware of his condition, but chose to proceed anyway, modifying scripts and schedules to accommodate him while capitalizing on his name recognition. Of course, not all interactions with Willis were contentious. M. Night Shyamalan, who directed him in The Sixth Sense and Unbreakable, has spoken of him with great affection.
And then one night he found out that he made a mistake with one of them. Couldn't help that one.
Now I am your father, and I am telling you to put that goddamn gun down right now! One?
"Bruce was always very generous with me," Shyamalan said. "He gave me my break. He didn't need to take a chance on a kid like me, but he did. He trusted me, and that meant the world." Similarly, actors like Samuel L. Jackson, who shared the screen with Willis in multiple films, have rarely had a bad word to say about him.
Morning. Good morning. You having a nice day, sir? You feeling all right? Not to get too personal.
Jackson once described Willis as a professional, a joker, and a friend, adding that he brought a kind of blue-collar realism to his roles that made them relatable. But the pattern of friction, particularly in the earlier decades of Willis's career, remains too consistent to ignore. What emerges is a portrait of a man whose immense talent was often matched by a streak of obstinacy. For some, that defiance was part of his charm, the same anti-authoritarian streak that made John McClane such an enduring icon. For others, It was a barrier to collaboration. In a business fueled by myth-making, the story of Bruce Willis is one of paradoxes. He was the reluctant action hero who became the face of an entire genre, the comic actor who outgunned Schwarzenegger and Stallone, the box office titan who, at times, seemed to alienate those closest to the camera. And now, as he recedes from public life, there is a growing sense of both admiration and melancholy. Bruce is one of the greats, Kevin Smith concluded in his apology. Whatever he was going through, I wish I'd shown more grace. We never know the battles people are fighting. In the end, perhaps that is the clearest legacy Bruce Willis leaves behind. A career filled with unforgettable moments, colored by complexities we are only now beginning to understand.